Without light, it is virtually impossible to live, work, and play indoors after dark. In America, rarely does a day go by that we consider what would happen if we flipped the switch and the light didn't come on.
Today, we're going to build the solar suitcase, and you guys are going to be the builders.
And so at Greentech, we are taking advantage of our light and our human resources to not only provide light, but to also introduce youth and young adults to solar technology and its benefits as clean, renewable energy.
Today, we are building the 2013 version of the solar suitcase.
The solar case allows for any individual within a developing country that does not have power that they can depend on. It provides that power for them. The main use of the case is for lights. That's probably the greatest use of it, because light is just a valuable resource. With light, it draws people. It allows people to be able to see, and mainly in a medical situation, then they're able to see their patients, they're able to perform emergency procedures with the lights.
It can also be used to charge small devices such as laptop computers and cellular telephones. When the 40-watt battery gets low, the suitcase harnesses additional energy from the attached solar panel. The charge controller within the suitcase converts the sun power to electric power and stores it in the battery.
We're going to have to go more and more and more to solar. Fortunately, the price of solar is coming down. It used to be almost 30 cents a kilowatt hour. It's getting down to around 10, 12 cents a kilowatt hour now. So it's getting more and more reasonable. That's where you come in. Greentech is giving the students an opportunity to get hands-on experience with the technology of the future. At SMUD, we have 50% of our electricity is being generated from fossil fuels. That's not going to be sustainable in the long run for many, many reasons, some of them legislative. So we're going to have to move more and more to solar. And this project gives students an opportunity to get hands-on experience at the ground level to be part of the future in coming up with solutions that are sustainable for this community.
I was brought out here from my building trades class, advanced. We're putting solar panels in the kit to be sent out to people that don't have electricity or light. Not just that, it helps us get experience hands-on. Actually, now that we're going to be seniors, graduated from high school, going out into the real world, stuff like this, we could do it for a living.
Because of what you're doing here and what you will do in the future, the world's going to be better off. And I mean that not to sound grandiose, not to exaggerate, but because you are in the very, very significant position of investing in the future, not just for yourselves, but for all of us.
Increasingly in the state, we're looking to move into alternative energy sources, especially solar, in order to save our environment, save our resources, help people save money, and also to create jobs and to reduce global warming, which increasingly is a problem we're addressing here in California as well as around the country. That's what makes Greentech so important and so valuable, that we have students learning the skills necessary to put them in a career path that will be beneficial for them and also does good work for the rest of us. What's especially gratifying about the project here is that we're creating something that will help people elsewhere around the world who otherwise wouldn't have access to energy through the solar suitcases. So this is a very special project, teaching those skills, helping people elsewhere around the world, and helping all of us for the future.
During the spring semester of 2013, Greentech built 20 solar suitcases in 3 student workshops. They have deployed more than half of the suitcases to orphanages, schools, and medical clinics in Haiti and the African nations of Uganda, Sierra Leone, and Cameroon. Many developing countries are void of a reliable lighting grid. In Haiti, small huts and bare concrete structures provide cramped sleeping quarters for orphans. These bright-eyed children were separated from their families. Many of their parents and siblings perished in the earthquake.
Problème ou bien le fait que ou pas gain courant ou pas gain courant qui problème ça causer à orphelinat.
Premier bagage là. Imaginez que ou avec un paquet petit moun nan main nan nuit et puis yon ta tomber malade. Qui sont cap faire ou nan fait noir ou bien ou cap utiliser baleine mais baleine qui fini ou bien ou ta capable utiliser et yon lampe à gaz et puis gaz da fini. Mais quand on fait sous l'électricité, on est capable de faire le premier soin musculato. Si le besoin de yon pour assurer, c'est avec l'électricité pour servir avec lui. Ça veut dire que ça capable d'utiliser, c'est très utile. Ça cause de gros problèmes sur l'électricité.
13 filles, 14 garçons, 27. Bien courant, mais ce n'est pas tout le temps. Nous avons couru sur 8 jours, 15 jours, nous avons pas courant. Mais quelquefois, moi souvent, hier soir seulement, je vais reprendre. Par exemple, pour les courant, pour les soirs, pour les petits mouns à petit Dieu. Pour les petits mouns à petit Dieu. Bon, pour l'importance, même c'est les petits mouns à petit Dieu les soirs. Parce que les parents courant dans fait noir, les petits mouns pas ouais pour dire rien.
Greentech's partner, We Care Solar, set out to provide light for small maternity clinics in Africa several years ago. Greentech is determined to advance the We Care Solar principle.
Right, so we'll play with shade a little bit here. This is a great location, right? See how sunny it is? But guess what? At about 2 o'clock, that roof shades out these panels, right? Yeah. So you got to think about not just what it's like when you're installing, but you got to think about how the sun's going to move across the sky, okay?
We Share is for students to learn how to build solar suitcases and get an opportunity to build something that's useful to people that don't have the same resources. So schools, orphanages, refugee camps. The students are the teachers, or somebody like you will raise the funds. The students will learn about solar and they'll have that experience of building something to help somebody else out. The response has been overwhelming. So we get just a crazy amount of requests for solar suitcases, and we've been following them. We track every one that we can, so we put them in Liberia, Nigeria, like I said, Uganda, Malawi, Tanzania. You know, they keep more and more countries. Sierra Leone is one where we have a lot of them. And when people see them and they try them out, they actually do the work.
Together, we will provide light and access to solar electricity for the purposes of human consumption in some of the world's most underdeveloped and impoverished communities.
I think it's really great that
that in a project like this, so many different organizations are able to come together, and I think it's really amazing for us to have hooked up with Greentech and We Care Solar in order to be able to do this project here. I mean, had we not connected, this school site, as wonderful as it is, we would have been, limited, especially in the winter time and whatnot, to less hours of it being able to provide education, or we're hoping to be able to do some computer science or just basic training in Microsoft programs as well, and we'll be able to do that and power those laptops, computers, and just lighting to be able to allow us to work later into the day. I think that's a wonderful thing.
This is a place that has not really received any attention from outside of the world. There are many places that receive aid from the US and from Canada. This place has received almost nothing. Mm-hmm. They used to have what you would call a 500 square foot school here that housed about 400 students. They were piled up one on top of each other, and sometimes in the yard, sometimes in the church. And then some students at Solano Community College, as well as Delta Sigma Theta and Water and Education International in California, decided that they would like to give them a school someday. Mm-hmm. So what you saw today is really the school that is about to be completed. To power this kind of a lab, it would be almost impossible to be able to do that without this sort of suitcase. So this really means a lot, not only to the students, to the faculty, to the staff, but also to the community. So we are very excited to be able to have this here.
Mais au moins, panneau solaire capable de porter un nouveau source d'énergie pour nous, nous avons moins de difficultés pour question d'électricité. Et nous avons une partie dans Kaila qui est extrêmement fait noir. Et nous avons besoin d'un panneau solaire pour au moins son monde venir. En peu de fois, mon venir, il a rentrer en dedans pour regarder. Il n'est pas fait belle du tout, c'est avec flash noir éclairé. Des fois, flash n'a pas éclairé même, il n'est pas capable de voir.
In addition, we are raising the awareness of clean, renewable energy and the concept of sustainable living to our youth and young adults right here in California.
We benefit because it's a pivotal part of our mission to positively impact the community. And not only were we able to do that today of impacting only our community, we're able to have a larger effect on a much more global scale.
Requests are coming in from all over the world for this little box of light, harnessing the sun, bringing smiles, and improving lives.